Hey guys, I want to welcome you back to another episode on J of All Trades. Today I want to show you guys how to do some cutouts on a piece of tile, and you can use this method for any size of tile. So I'm going to show you guys 3 different types of cutouts, and hopefully that'll help to make things easier for you. Here is a closer look of this fitting in my shower, and I'm going to need to make a hole in my tile to get around this fitting. To make my hole, I'll be using this diamond hole saw. I'll include a link in the description so you guys can go out there and get it if you'd like. Now this hole saw cuts ceramic, granite, porcelain, and marble. However, today I'll be cutting a ceramic tile, but this hole saw can work on many different types of natural stone. This hole saw could be used wet or dry, and you do not need a guide for it. This particular hole saw is pricier because it's a lot better quality, and these ridges and openings help to remove any debris that gets caught in your cut. Here on the side of the hole saw, you have a huge hole here, and this will allow you to remove any pieces of tile that get stuck in there. So here you can see that the size of this hole saw will be perfect to make a hole on my tile. In order to cut the hole, we need to elevate the tile so that we can drill right through it without hitting anything else underneath it. So I'm setting up these pieces of wood so I can rest my tile right on them. To begin, we're going to start taping the area where we need to drill this hole. Taping the tile before drilling helps to prevent the drill bit from slipping, scratching, or chipping the tile surface. It really does help to reduce the risk of the drill bit just wandering around, because no one will want to scratch up their beautiful tile. Once you get the tape on a tile, you can start making some measurements of where the hole will end up. And you want to do measurements on different sides of the tile so you know that you're going to end up in the right spot. And here I've marked out the center of my hole, and so I'm going to add some more tape so I can have enough to do the hole. Now that I know where the center is, I'm going to be using this hole saw, and I'll use it to make a template of exactly where my hole will be. Now I have a guide, so when I'm drilling, I'm going to be drilling in the right spot. Today I'm going to be drilling this hole wet, and I have a spray bottle here with water. Water helps to cool the bit and also lubricate it at the same time, and that will help me to drill a hole much easier, while also prolonging the life of the hole saw. When drilling the hole, you do not want to start out drilling it vertically, because it will keep moving and slipping on you. It's almost impossible to control the gun and keep it in the same spot at the same time. Instead, simply just position the hole saw at a 45-degree angle and slowly straighten up as you start drilling. You want to make sure that you start a notch that you can use as a guide so it'll keep the drill in place. Don't forget to continuously lubricate with water, and as you can see, I have a second person here helping me to lubricate this. One of the other benefits of water is it also keeps the dust controlled. So here you can see that I already have a nice notch going. And you don't want to force this, you want to allow the hole saw to do its job. This particular tile that I'm cutting today is a 12 by 24 inch tile, and it's about 3/8 of an inch thick. Once the hole is completely cut, you may have that piece of tile stuck in here where you have to take it out, but mine's fell right through the bottom, and now I'm ready to install this tile. So the diamond hole saw really did a great job of cutting this hole in the tile, and it's a nice clean cut. And here you can see that my tile fits perfectly over this. Now I'm going to show you guys this diamond hole saw that's a lot tinier, and it's great for making holes, especially when you want to secure something to the tile. This particular hole saw is made for porcelain tiles and also stone. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do this when the tile is on the wall, and I've got my spray bottle and my hole saw ready. And once again, you want to start in a 45-degree angle. And you want to start out slow and then slowly straighten up. Once you got everything in place, you can start lubricating, and you're going to continue going until this goes right through the tile. Here you can see that's starting to make a hole, and you really want to just let the bit do its job. If you put too much pressure on this, you can crack the tile, and if you're doing this dry, you can definitely overheat the hole saw. And to remove any debris, you simply just push it through and then remove it out of the side hole. For my last demonstration here, I'll show you guys how to cut a rectangle or a square. This is the valve body of my shower, and I'll be cutting a rectangle in a tile to go around that body. Once again, don't forget to tape up the area that you're going to be cutting because you don't want your tile to get scratched or damaged. Now I'll make my marks for where I'm going to be doing my cutouts. And you really want to take as many measurements as you need to because this is going to be something that you only want to cut once. You want to avoid wasting tiles, especially when they're really expensive. So I'd rather just measure 20 times and only cut once. Now that I figured out the location of where this is going to go, I'm going to be using this cover to draw a rectangle of the shape of the body, and I'll know exactly where I need to cut. Here again is my handy spray bottle, and to make my cut, I'm going to be using a diamond multi-cutting blade with this cutout tool. And if you'd like to check this blade out, it's made by Rigid. I'll include a link in the description so you guys can go out there and get it if you'd like. This blade can also be used wet or dry, but I strongly recommend using it wet. Using this blade dry creates a whole heap of dust. So when you're starting this out, you want someone to continue to spray with the spray bottle. And as you do your plunge cut into this tile, you want to make sure that you keep the angle grinder nice and straight. As you can see, I have my handle on my angle grinder, and that's just to help me to keep it stable. When you're doing these plunge cuts, you do not want to go past your lines. And those rules only apply when you're cutting the finished side of the tile. If you go past those lines that you made, you're definitely going to see a cut. So you want to make sure that you stop before those lines. When you're doing these type of cuts, you really want to take your time and make sure that you're staying straight. The blade can easily nick the finished side of the tile, and then you'd have to start with a new tile. Feel free to stop and remove any debris so that you can see properly, because if you can't see those lines, you're not going to know where to stop. When you're doing these smaller cuts here, like I'm doing on the top and bottom, it's very easy to overshoot past the lines, especially when the blade doesn't have to go too deep. Now that you have those lines cut on the face of the tile, you can flip it over and you can have a clear picture of what we just cut. And as you can see, I didn't go past any of the lines. And here on the back, I'm allowed to go past those lines so I can make the cut complete. The reason why I can go past the lines here is because no one will be seeing this side of the tile. All the blemishes will be hidden on this side. You're going to notice that I'm going to be going past these lines now and plunging the blade a bit deeper. A good rule of thumb is going past the lines by 1/4 of an inch. And if you're not fully through on the cut, you can start to go little by little until you get fully through that cut. Once you fully cut through, the piece will fall right to the bottom and your cut is complete. Let's flip this over and take a closer look at the face of the tile. We'll start by removing all the tape that we had here, and this will allow us to see the corner edges of the cut. And so far, those cuts look clean. Now we're just going to flip this over really quick and we're going to take a look at the back. Here you can see those overextension on those lines were needed to make a clean cut for the front. And here on the front, you don't see that going past those lines. That's why it's very important not to sink the blade in too deep on the front part of the cut. Now the tile is ready to be installed and the rest is history. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel so you can continue to get more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys on the next one.